Well, hello. It's Derek Tent here. Welcome to the parlor. We've got the tobacco back here. We've got the booze back here. And, of course, the pipes. Ah, you forgot that I have cool pipes, right? And this is one of the coolest. This is the Crow Valley Meerschaum in the horn shape. They made a couple of these. The Daniel Boone and the Davy Crockett. Looky there. Really cool. Great job, I think they did. Because we've been focusing so much on tobaccos the last couple years, you might have forgotten that I've got cool pipes. So I actually went on to Crow Valley Pipes Instagram page just before starting the video, and their last post is from 2017. So quite inactive, I'm afraid. So I don't hold out a lot of hope for a re-release of these. Sorry. And what am I smoking? Let's set you down. Of course I'm smoking the tobacco that I was gifted about a week or so ago from Mr. Blake Schnupp. This is the McClelland number 22 Matured Virginia. And you might have seen that video. As I was talking with him when we were opening the tin that time, which you can see here, nice, moist, broken ribbon, broken flake. I think I mentioned that I thought that number 22 was like a mix of Virginias and like Turkish Oriental. I was incorrect, because this actually says it's just a blend of different Virginias. So this is a straight Virginia blend. And the other thing that was very distinctive about this, aside from McClelland not existing anymore, is that this stuff was canned up in 1989. So long ago, probably before any of you were even conceived of. Now, that's pretty neat to think of. This tobacco's been around longer than you have. So, this is the first time I'm trying it out. So my thanks again to Blake. And as you can see, he after we departed ways, as we were parting ways the other day, he pulled out about half the tobacco, jarred it up in a mason jar, and very, very graciously just, here, take it, smoke it, let me know what you think. So I'm like, thank you. Not that I need any more, but he was very gracious to share with me. So I will keep this around and be sharing it with others who happen upon the Tent household. So let's talk about it. Let's get a little bit of a first impression here. I pulled out a bit of it earlier today, and I let it sit, let it dry out, because even after 30 years, it has retained its moisture. And when you reach into that tin and pull out the tobacco, you can tell it's nice and spongy and definitely needs a little drying time. The tin note is sweet. You get that ketchup-y, vinegary, trademark McClelland smell that if you ever smoked any of the McClelland Virginias, you're familiar with it. So it packed well, it lit well, and I was able to tamp it down easily and get it to a nice. It took me a few tries to get it smoking right, but it's good. Smoking nice. As I'm about midway through the bowl, I'm getting more and more flavor as I go through the bowl. I wasn't getting a ton of it up front at first, but as the chamber, as the bowl of this pipe narrows, I'm starting to get more flavor out of it. And what I'm tasting is basically the general Virginia type of sweetness. Like that dark fruit sweetness. It After 30 years, it has melded with itself. And it's also kind of mellowed out. So I'm not getting tons of complexity. Now I think there's a time where 10, 15, 20 years as it ages, it does take on a little bit more complexity. But after that time, there's like a hump I've heard where it tends to mellow out, and I'm really getting that here. I mean, it really is. It's nice. It's mellow. There is a sweetness, but I can tease out some of that nuance, some of those flavors with the retro hail. And I will be smoking more of this in different pipes, cobs, briars, etc. See if I can find any different flavors. But for the most part, it's just a nice Virginia blend, and it gives me hope for what we have available today. You can get tons of Virginia blends available today from McBaron, Sutliff, Cornell and Deal, Rattray, Sam Gowith. There's so many out there that are outstanding, and once you give it a little time from that initial freshly tinned point, because it's a little rough from the get-go, but if you give it about 6 months to a year of age, man, it gets so much better, and you get a lot more flavor out of it. So even with this, I'm kind of thinking that I may not want to let some of these tins in here just sit there for 30 years. I have McClelland number 24. I have a few tins in there that I want to break into sometime. And I was thinking, I could just let that sit for 20, 30 years. Well, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should open those sooner rather than later. Because while this is good, this is a really good, excellent tasting tobacco. There's nothing like remarkable. It's nothing like there's no heavy flavors just punching me in the face, with the as far as flavor wise. So I'm wondering if age has softened it up quite a bit. Now, of course, this is just a first impression, and I will try it in different pipes over the rest of this year, and and even share it with other folks, see what they think. But that's just my first thoughts. 30-year-old tobacco. I mean, there's a great story behind it, and it's really, it's an honor that Blake chose to share it with me, and it's excellent. But it also makes me think that there's no need because Blake kind of just stumbled into this tobacco. He didn't have to hunt it down. And I don't think any of us should be hunting down these crazy old or crazy rare tobaccos. If you happen upon them, awesome. But if you're just killing yourself trying to score some old or rare tobacco or overpaying, then I think you're setting yourself up for disappointment. So I say enjoy the tobacco that is out there. Age it yourself. Give it a little time in your cellar, and that will be the best kind of tobacco that you'll be able to find. So until next time, I'll be enjoying this. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you, and smell my beard.